Salutations, Crypto Nation. This is Robert from robertoreed.com, and this is your home of character, cryptos, and cash flows. That is the intro. Now for the info. Just wanted to give a little bit of perspective on the history of the Bitcoin price collapse over the years. As you can see on the screen, I'm looking at ccn.com, and I saw an article there, and it was quite interesting, and I like it, and I think it's some information that you guys might want to see. Let's take a look at it. The price of Bitcoin has fallen a stomach-wrenching 64% since December 17, 2017. Now, if you've been holding your Bitcoin and you saw the rise, say for instance you got in maybe October or something of 2017, and you rode it all the way up to hitting $20,000 in December of 2017, and you've been holding on, and it has dropped a whopping 64%. You may be in tears right now. However, steep declines in Bitcoin is not a new thing. Let's continue with the article. The combined market capitalization of the industry now stands at just 338 billion. A picture tells 1,000 words. So let's look at this picture on the screen, guys. If we look at the correction, this is the correction start date, okay? When it starts to correct back in 2012, January 12th, 2012, and the correction ended on January 27th, 2012. And it took 16 days to correct. What was Bitcoin? The high was $7.38. Wouldn't you like to have that again? And the low was $3.80 for a 49% decline. If we look at more, now I'm not going to go through each and every one of these, but I want you to look at some of these marked declines. The same year in August of 2012, from the 17th through the 19th, okay, 3-day correction, $16.07 versus $7 on the low end for a 57% correction. Now, let's go a little bit until like 2013 for a couple of days. So all these are very short term, just 2 days, 3 days, 3 days right there. Then there's a 1 day, but look at the corrections, okay? And on April 10th, 2013 through April 12th, 2013, it went from $259, I should say, down to $45 at an 83% correction. Now imagine if you had it at that price at $259 and it dropped all the way down to a whopping $45. Okay, I understand some people say, oh yeah, well I got it for $1,000 and it went all the way up to $19,000 and now it's all the way down. You know, hey, you're still ahead in that scenario. So I'm just looking at the percentages, which this one is a whopping 83%. Let's look at another 50% 1-day correction from November 2013, the 19th through the 19th. 1 day, 50% correction from 755 to 378, 50% correction. Here is a long term. This is from November 30th, 2013 to January 14th, 2015. You know how many days that is? 411 days. You had a high of $1,163 and a low of $152 for an 87% correction. That sucker lost $1,000 in value. It was only $1,100 and it lost $1,000 in value back in 2013, 2015. All right, 400 days. So we can skip all over 2014 because this was all encompassing there. Now let's look at 2017. In 2017, March 10th, 2017 to March 25th, 16 days, had a 34% correction. You had Bitcoin at 1350 and it went down to 891. Also in 2017, on May 25th through May 27th, a 3-day correction. It went from $2,700, $2,760 if you want to be a little bit more accurate, to $1,850 for a 33% correction. Also in 2017, you had some highs and lows, guys. On June 12th, 2017 to July 16th, 2017, 35 days, it went from $2,980 to $1,830 for a 39% correction. September 2nd, 2017 to September 15th, 2017, 14 days, it went from 4,979, so 4,979 to 2,972 for a 40% correction, or you lost $2,000 in value. Now we're getting into November 2017, November 8, 2017 to November 12th for 8-day correction, $7,888 as a high and down to a low of $5,555 for a 30% correction. And now as we look as most relevant to us from December 17th to February 2nd, 48 days and counting, we were at 19,666 all the way down to $8,094 for a 59% correction. So as we can see, it is nothing new. These corrections are at least 30% or greater. Now let's continue with the article. Now that's a big drop off for any market. However, a price crash in Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency is nothing new. Bitcoin dies and comes back to life on a regular basis. I agree. Bitcoin's death toll stands at 449 and counting, dating back to 2010. 2017 has been the most deadly, with 109 stories proclaiming the end of Bitcoin. What's causing the Bitcoin crash? Well, let's take a look. A whole slew of bad news has led to a huge downturn in the crypto economy. Bitfinex is drawing the ire of the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission because the exchange site offers users an option to tether their currency to the American dollar. The suspicious thing about that is neither Bitfinex nor Tether can necessarily prove they have enough money in the bank accounts to back up the USDT token. Overseas, India is cracking down on traders. The country's government is surveying transactions on multiple exchanges in order to try and collect tax revenue. Estimates hint that $3.5 billion in transactions has found its way through India in the last 17 months, leading into 2018. And then there is South Korea. The country has no intention to ban cryptocurrency trading outright, but the government has taken steps to remove anonymity from the equation. South Korean traders must now use their real names. All of this has contributed to the crypto bloodbath. By the way, the Dow Jones Industrial Average just hit a 3-week low thanks to rising U.S. government bond yields. It's not just the crypto market that's feeling the burn. So is the fiat world. Finding the rock bottom. Even most beginner investors are aware of the old adage, buy low, sell high. The question is, when will low be low enough? The truth is, no one really knows. Looking at the above chart, Bitcoin's worst crash lasted 411 days, ending in January of 2015. The nosedive sent Bitcoin price plummeting 87%. As of today, the price is down 64.5% in just the last 51 days. If that happened in the stock market, news media outlets would call it 2008 all over again. Of course, much of the global economic crisis a decade ago was due to American government handing out subprime mortgages to consumers who couldn't afford to pay for their homes they were living in. In the case of cryptocurrency, increased regulation is the reason for the crash. That's definitely bad news for most short-term investors. Those bullish on the long run, however, see regulation as a necessary step in the continuing fight to legitimize cryptocurrencies and bring it further into the land of mass adoption. Good luck riding a roller coaster, no matter what your investment vehicle of choice. That's exactly what's going to happen, guys. It is indeed a roller coaster. That's what happens in the market. That's how it goes. It's going to be up, it's going to be down, and there's a lot of different factors that play a role in the roller coaster ride that is Bitcoin in particular and cryptocurrencies in general. Now, as a rule, the crypto market follows the way of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is doing badly, most of the time, the rest of the cryptocurrencies will reflect that, because Bitcoin being the big godfather of the cryptos. So we got to keep a look at that now. However, although we're going through a massive downturn right now, according to the chart, It is not the biggest downturn. It's about 64%, but we had an 87% for 411 days once before. So far, we're 48, 49 days and counting, so we'll see. But it's a far cry from 411 days. So we still have to look at that and keep things in perspective. Anyway, those are my thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts. Put your comments down below. Tell the folks what you think. Let's talk about it. Let's dialogue. Let's build each other up in this whole cryptocurrency world. Don't forget to smash that notification button, comment, like, subscribe. Until next time, conquer with cryptos.